The first reference to the word bulldog is dated 1631 or 1632 in a letter by a man named Preswick Eden where he writes, "Procure me 2 good bulldogs, and let them be sent by ye first ship." In 1666, English scientist Christopher Merritt applied Canis pugnax, a butcher's bull or bear dog, as an entry in his Pinax Rerum Naturalium Britannicarum. The designation bull was applied because of the dog's use in the sport of bull baiting. This entailed the setting of dogs after placing wagers on each dog onto a tethered bull. The dog that grabbed the bull by the nose and pinned it to the ground would be the victor. It was common for a bull to maim or kill several dogs at such an event, either by goring, tossing, or trampling over them. Over the centuries, dogs used for bull baiting developed the stocky bodies and massive heads and jaws that typify the breed, as well as a ferocious and savage temperament. Bull baiting was made illegal in England by the Cruelty to Animals Act 1835. This amended the existing legislation to protect animals from mistreatment and included, as cattle, snakes, dogs, owls, and donkeys, so that bull and bear baiting, as well as cockfighting, became prohibited. Therefore, the Old English bulldog had outlived its usefulness in England as a sporting animal and its active or working days were numbered. However, emigrants did have a use for such dogs in the New World. In mid-17th century New York, bulldogs were used as a part of a citywide roundup effort led by Governor Richard Nichols. Because cornering and leading wild bulls were dangerous, bulldogs were trained to seize a bull by its nose long enough for a rope to be secured around its neck. Bulldogs as pets were continually promoted by dog dealer Bill George. Despite slow maturation so that growing up is rarely achieved by 2.5 years, bulldogs' lives are relatively short. At 5 to 6 years of age, they start to show signs of aging. Though today bulldogs look tough, they cannot perform the job they were originally created for, as they cannot withstand the rigors of running after and being thrown by a bull, and also cannot grip with such a short muzzle. Although not as physically capable as their ancestors, decreased levels of aggression associated with modern bulldogs have resulted in a far calmer temperament. In 1864, a group of bulldog breeders under R.S. Rockstro founded the first Bulldog Club. 3 years after its opening, the club ceased to exist, not having organized a single show. The main achievement of the Rockstro Bulldog Club was a detailed description of the bulldog, known as the Philo-Quan Standard. Samuel Wickens, treasurer of the club, published this description in 1865 under the pseudonym Philo-Quan. On the 4th of April 1873, the Kennel Club was founded, the first in the world dog breeding club dealing with the registration of purebred dogs and dog breeds. Bulldogs were included in the first volume of the Kennel Club Stud Book, which was presented at the Birmingham Show on the 1st of December 1874. The first English bulldog entered into the register was a male dog named Adamo, born in 1864. In March 1875, the third Bulldog Club was founded, which still exists today. Members of this club met frequently at the Blue Post pub on Oxford Street in London. The founders of the club collected all available information about the breed and its best representatives and developed a new standard for the English Bulldog, which was published on the 27th of May 1875. Also, the club held its first show of the breed in 1875. Since 1878, exhibitions of the club were held annually, except during the Second World War. On the 17th of May 1894, the Bulldog Club was granted the status of a corporation and since then has carried the official name, the Bulldog Club, Inc., being the oldest mono-breed dog kennel club in the world. In 1894, the two top bulldogs, King Orry and Dockleaf, competed in a contest to see which dog could walk 20 miles, 32 kilometers. King Orry was reminiscent of the original bulldogs, lighter-boned and very athletic. Dockleaf was smaller and heavier set, more like modern bulldogs. King Orry was declared the winner that year, finishing the 20-mile, 32 kilometers walk while Dockleaf collapsed. The bulldog was officially recognized by the American Kennel Club in 1886. At the turn of the 20th century, Ch. Rodney Stone became the first bulldog to command a price of $5,000 when he was bought by controversial Irish-American political figure Richard Croker. The bulldog is a British breed of dog of Mastiff type. It may also be known as the English Bulldog or British Bulldog. It is of medium size, a muscular, hefty dog with a wrinkled face and a distinctive pushed-in nose. It is commonly kept as a companion dog. In 2013, it was in 12th place on a list of the breeds most frequently registered worldwide. The Bulldog has a long-standing association with British culture. The BBC wrote, "To many the Bulldog is a national icon, symbolizing pluck and determination." During the Second World War, the Prime Minister Winston Churchill was likened to a bulldog for his defiance of Nazi Germany. The Bulldog Club, in England, was formed in 1878, and the Bulldog Club of America was formed in 1890. A 2004 UK survey of 180 bulldog deaths puts the median age at death at 6 years 3 months. The leading cause of death of bulldogs in the survey was cardiac-related, 20%, cancer, 18%, and old age, 9%. Those that died of old age had an average lifespan of 10 to 11 years. A 2013 UK vet clinic survey of 26 bulldogs puts the median lifespan at 8.4 years with an interquartile range of 3.2 to 11.3 years. The UK Bulldog Breed Council website lists the average lifespan of the breed as 8 to 10 years. Statistics from the Orthopedic Foundation for Animals indicate that of the 467 bulldogs tested between 1979 and 2009, 30 years, 73.9% were affected by hip dysplasia, the highest amongst all breeds. Similarly, the breed has the worst score in the British Veterinary Association Kennel Club hip dysplasia scoring scheme, although only 22 bulldogs were tested in the scheme. Patellar luxation affects 6.2% of bulldogs. Some individuals of this breed are prone to interdigital cysts, cysts that form between the toes. These cause the dog some discomfort, but are treatable either by vet or an experienced owner. They may also suffer from respiratory problems. Other problems can include cherry eye, a protrusion of the inner eyelid, which can be corrected by a veterinarian, allergies, and hip issues in older bulldogs. Over 80% of bulldog litters are delivered by caesarean section because their characteristically large heads can become lodged in the mother's birth canal. The folds, or rope, on a bulldog's face should be cleaned daily to avoid infections caused by moisture accumulation. Some bulldogs' naturally curling tails can be so tight to the body as to require regular cleaning and ointment. Due to the high volume of skin folds on the bulldog's body, they have high prevalence of skin fold dermatitis. Like all dogs, bulldogs require daily exercise. If not properly exercised, it is possible for a bulldog to become overweight, which could lead to heart and lung problems, as well as stress on the joints. Like all brachycephalic dogs, bully breeds often suffer from brachycephalic airway obstructive syndrome. The condition manifests in a variety of ways, often in the form of intolerance to heat and physical exertion. The English Bulldog is among the breeds that are most severely affected by brachycephalic airway obstructive syndrome. Bulldogs have very small nasal cavities, and this makes them have great difficulty keeping their bodies cool. Bulldogs are very sensitive to heat. Extra caution should be practiced in warmer climates and during summer months. Bulldogs must be given plenty of shade and water, and must be kept out of standing heat. Air conditioning and good ventilation are required to keep them healthy and safe. Bulldogs actually do most of their sweating through the pads on their feet and accordingly enjoy cool floors. Like all brachycephalic, or short-faced, breeds, their inefficient and sometimes labored breathing can cause overheating. They can even die from hyperthermia. Bulldog owners can keep these issues under control by staying aware and protecting their bulldogs from these unsafe conditions. They can be heavy breathers and tend to be loud snorers, another indicator of brachycephalic airway obstructive syndrome. In 2019, the Dutch Kennel Club implemented some breeding rules to improve the health of the bulldog. Among these is a fitness test where the dog has to walk 1 kilometer, 0.62 miles, in 12 minutes. Its temperature and heart rate has to recover after 15 minutes. In January 2009, after the BBC documentary Pedigree Dogs Exposed, the Kennel Club introduced revised breed standards for the British Bulldog, along with 209 other breeds, to address health concerns. Opposed by the British Bulldog Breed Council, it was speculated by the press that the changes would lead to a smaller head, fewer skin folds, a longer muzzle, and a taller, thinner posture, in order to combat problems with respiration and breathing due to head size and width of shoulders. Based on a study done by Sari Helena Molsa, Heli Katarina Hirschiainen, Kai Michael Moralius, Maria Katarina Palmu, Tommy Sakari Pezanen, and Anu Katrina Lapalainen, they found that The English Bulldogs carried a mean of 67.3% and 62.1% of their body weight in front limbs while standing and trotting, respectively. They also found that front and hind limb lameness was seen in 20.8%, 5/24, and 12.5%, 3/24, of dogs, respectively. English Bulldogs show more weight distribution in the front limbs of their bodies. This study shows that English Bulldogs are prone to having abnormalities with their radiographic findings and many orthopedic diseases. These studies also found that there are many hip dysplasia being seen within a large number of the English Bulldog breed. They also found that English Bulldogs have low range of motion because of the way their musculoskeletal function is. In 2019, the Dutch government forbade breeding of bulldogs. In 2022, the Oslo District Court made a ruling that banned the breeding of bulldogs in Norway due to their propensity for developing health problems. In its verdict, the court judged that no dog of this breed could be considered healthy, therefore using them for breeding would be a violation of Norway's Animal Welfare Act.